I'm really not 100% sure how to feel about this grind being over, but I just finished up all 25,000 or so steel bars that I made, turning them into cannonballs. Overall, yes, this grind was ridiculous, and having a white stack of cannonballs isn't necessarily a bragging point in a way, but this is going to be really nice for getting some Slayer training in. Wrong button. Look at this shit. 108k cannonballs. A lot of this was done during like free time on mobile that I wouldn't have gotten much other stuff done anyway. And the AFK time on the cannonballs is really not a big deal to me, even though it was quite some time of AFK. I'm gonna get a lot of Slayer XP out of these, but that has really nothing to do with this episode, honestly. So we're gonna drop the cannonballs and move on. I've got a decent amount of herbs in the bank that I ought to start putting into some herb lore XP instead, because it's actually just enough herbs to get me to 77 herb lore. I don't quite have all the secondaries I need. Most of them I can go collect, but things like limpwort roots I'm a little bit behind on and whatnot, so I'm actually going to get to like pretty close to 77, and then I plan on completing an elite diary. I'm going to assume that I spoiled the elite diary in like the thumbnail and even the title at this point, so I'm going to do my Mauritania elites on this one too, and I'm going to use that lamp from the elite diary to finish up 77 herb lore. But first I'm going to get within 50k XP, so 76 plus a little bit more herb lore done. I've got a lot of herbs to clean, then turn into unfinished potions, and I've got secondaries to grab too, so we've got a little bit of an herb lore grind to go here. Let's get started. All of my unfinished potions are completed. Well, that's kind of a oxymoron. I've made all the unfinished potions. I would like to do my my desert hard diaries so that I could pay to have these done for me from whatever lady in Narda, but I do have to kill the Calphite Queen once for that. I have the stats I feel like to KO the Calphite Queen at least a single time, but I don't really have the gear that I would like for it. Even like full Varix would be nice. So I'm gonna wait on the hard diaries for the desert diaries for now. Clearly I just did my unfinished potions manually. It's really not that big of a deal. It's not like I have a ton of potions to work with. But now I'm going to work on some secondaries. So first I'm going to go to pick some shrooms and whatnot. But I'll see you, I don't know, I might see you when I'm making some potions. I do hope this is the final time that I have to collect snape grass on Waterbirth Island. It's really not terrible, but it's not like I'm gaining any XP or really doing anything great in any way other than getting the snape grass here, and I could just be planting snape grass seeds. I don't have very many to work with. I've gotten a few so far, but not enough to really make a dent, so I'll definitely have to collect the snape grass for now, unless I'm trying to wait a week to get this herb lord done, and it's already going to take a little while. I also don't have any jangerberries right now, which I should just plant a couple of those bush patches and get going on them while I collect some more snape grass seeds, excuse me. It would be nice to be farming all of this snape grass, and I believe that's what I'm going to be doing in the near future, so I guess this is kind of a farewell to Waterbirth Island, at least the snape grass collecting part of Waterbirth Island. It was nice to know you. Not really. I'm not done yet, but this is the last time that you all have to see it, at least on my end. This has got to be the worst secondary I could be collecting right now. I don't know if there's like, it's possible that there's a faster way to do this when just telegrabbing wines in the way I'm doing it. I'm definitely not going to that wilderness altar by any means, but I'm just grabbing the wine from downstairs and from upstairs, making sure I throw my Protect from Melion to try to be slightly safe when I grab the downstairs wine. Here's another good excuse to KO the Calphite Queen, clearly more than one time though. I said earlier that I needed that diary, the hard desert diaries. I need to kill the Calphite Queen once, but it also has a fairly common drop of like 100 noted wines of Zamrak, so it would be kind of nice to be able to grind that boss out a little bit and get some wines. It's a fairly risky boss. She doesn't hit any higher than like a 33 though, and all the other minions around you, even if like 5 of them hit you at once, it's like 15 more damage, and that never happens anyway. So it's pretty simple to stay safe while fighting the KQ. Again, I don't really have the gear for it, so for now I just telegrab wines. I bet you didn't expect to see a blast furnace clip right now. I gotta keep you on your toes a little bit around here, especially on an episode like this one that's all about collecting supplies, so it's not quite as exciting. I'm just getting some silver bars so I can make some jade amulets and turn them into amulets of chemistry. If you don't know, amulets of chemistry, while you're wearing them, you have a slight chance to make a 4-dose potion instead of a 3-dose potion. This isn't going to help me with my XP rates or XP gained at all for herb lore, but I'm not just doing herb lore to get XP. I also need the potions, so getting some extra doses would be nice. And I've done a decent amount of potions without these amulets, and I could be making them, so I'm finally pulling the trigger on them. This is actually a very good excuse to use my String Amulet spell. This is basically my preferred method for finishing off 99 magic if I can only do one thing. I'd like to just string amulets. It's super AFK, super solid XP rates. Thing with an Iron Man is I don't really have a good excuse to just make like unstrung gold amulets and then string them and have, like, why do I need a bunch of strung ones when I'm done anyway? In this case, at least I have an excuse of why I'm getting these amulets for the Amulet of Chemistry. Clearly, I'm not going to do enough that I'm getting anywhere near 99 mage. I'm not even going to get to my next mage level from this. But at least I found an excuse to do some stringing of the amulets, and I probably will end up making more. I'm going to go through lots of Amulets of Chemistry over the account progress in general, I assume. But I'm going to have plenty for at least this little bit of herb lore when I'm done with this. Got a little bit of ZMI done so that I could, oops, can I not talk to this frog? So that I could have some cosmic runes to actually make the Amulets of Chemistry. Currently, excuse me, looking at more cosmic runes than I've had on the account. Also, got up to 53 rune crafting from this one, so that was kind of a nice ZMI binge. It's very convenient to do any sort of rune crafting, I would say. This kind of goes for all skills. When I'm just looking to collect the supply from the skill, the levels feel like they go a lot faster. Like, I'm not focused every trip. I'm like, how much more rune crafting XP do I have until the next level? So I'm going to go ahead and make these Amulets of Chemistry now that I have some cosmic runes to work with. This is my last batch of potions that I can make for right now. I didn't get all the secondaries I needed for these ranging potions, even though they are solid XP. I was just tired of getting wines, and this is going to be plenty to get me under 50k XP for the lamp. I'm actually at 41k XP to go, so once I finish those elite diaries, I'll be able to drop that lamp into herb lore and actually make stamina potions. Stamina potions are going to be an extreme upgrade in this account, but I'll talk a little more about it later, excuse me. For now, I'm going to go ahead and grab all the potions I've got. Wow, this is by far the most potions I've had in the account in any way, shape, or form. So overall, I made a super attack, super strength, prayer, super energy, ranging potions, and it looks like I forgot my anti-fires. But let me go decant these and let's see what I've got. So it looks like this is what I've got going for 4-dose potions on the main potions that I use. These are clearly not all the potions I'm ever going to need, but the biggest thing for me is between the energy potions and the ranging pots. I don't know, there's a lot of prayer potions too, but I haven't had really a lot of ranging potions to work with, and I go through energy potions like crazy. And I'm trying to make stamina potions soon, which require super energy potions, so those are actually going to be staminas probably by the end of the episode. There is currently a skilling poll in the voting booth on OSRS. I'm not going to go through my vote. I haven't voted yet. I'm not going to go through any sort of like, this is how you should and shouldn't vote, because clearly vote however you like. But it looks like they're going to be updating sandstone to work as buckets of sand, which is most definitely going to be faster than collecting actual buckets of sand. And if you guys remember, at the end of last episode, I said I was starting to collect buckets. It looks like I have right around 6,400 buckets to work with. This is going to get me to 79, approaching 80 crafting, which I could then use a 5-level boost to get to 84, which is the level I need for the Mauritania Elite Diaries. So I'm just going to pull the trigger on the buckets of sand that I have right now, and when they update, not that it has passed yet, but it's obviously going to pass, it looks like. So once the update happens, I'll actually go to mine some sandstone most likely, as long as, I don't know, as long as the method looks like it's worth it for me. It's probably going to be a lot faster, but for now, I've got enough buckets to at least get my first crafting goal done. Alright, I've made all of my buckets of sand into some molten glass. I got tons of seaweed left, so I will be ready for that sandstone update whenever it happens. Even if it doesn't, like, more buckets of sand would be coming. But now I have over 12k, just over 12k molten glass to work with. And I want to start turning this into, I'm going to stick with unpowered orbs for now. So this is going to get me almost to 80 crafting, but I'll stop right at 79. You don't need a noted glass blowing pipe. Get out of here. I'm going to stop at 79 so that I can then boost to 84 to be able to make that black d'hide body. So I will see you at 79 crafting. At least crafting XP is always quick once I have the supplies. There's 79, and I actually have almost enough for 80 crafting, which feels like it'd be kind of nice because you get, if I get that +5 boost and I'm at 85, I have a little bit of extra time to make the d'hide body. It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem either way though. So I'm going to go collect some spices and try to get a level 5 boost for this. It's working? Oh my god, it's only the second stew! Yes, 84 to 79. Beautiful. Alright, that means I could have spent a lot less time collecting orange spice, but that was the more difficult task to get done right now for the Mauritania Elites, so let's go wrap these up. One of the things you have to do for the Elite Diaries is loot a Barrows chest with full Barrows set on. I've got full Darox going, so let me see that unique while we get it. Nada. 81k is a pretty good chest, though. Wouldn't that have been great if I could get, like, the War Spear or something while completing the diary? Not today, my friend. If I can't get the War Spear, can I get a whip on the Abbey Demon kill? This would be even crazier than getting a Barrows unique, obviously. Nada. That is my last diary achievement task, whatever, to do. So let's go ahead and grab my Mauritania legs and that XP lamp. That's actually the more important part, huh? I shouldn't give any shit to actually completing the Mauritania elites. This is not only for that XP lamp. I'm now going to get full XP from my Bone Crusher. I'm going to get more XP in Slayer when I'm fighting in the Slayer Tower, which will be nice for Grotesques. And I also am going to unlock an herb patch on Harmony Island for this. But for right now, the biggest thing is getting this XP lamp. This is going to be 50k Herblore XP. This is my first Elite Diaries done in the hardcore, which is very interesting too. But this is the moment. I can now make stamina potions once I click confirm. Beautiful. It's going to be 77 Herblore, and I'm now going to go buy some amylase crystals so I can actually use stamina potions. This is so much better than having super energies. This is one of my favorite upgrades so far, even though I've known that it's been coming for a while. I've got 280 marks of grace to work with. It's going to be 2,800 crystals, which is plenty for the amount of potions I have right now. It's only a little bit more than I actually needed, to be honest, but that's like 500 or so, 600 or so stamina potions that I'm going to have, full stamina potions. And they last so much longer than super energies. This honestly, it'll take a while to go through them, is what I'm getting at. This is going to be a boost in content because I'll actually be able to do things like Herbivore I've wanted to do for a while, required stamina. Didn't require. I'd much rather have staminas. I'd much rather have staminas for Lizardman Shamans, excuse me, which I can now work on my Warhammer a little bit. I do a ton of Blast Furnace that I constantly have to use fucking super energy potions. Staminas, I don't think I really need to convince anybody why staminas are a good upgrade. I do need to do some more rooftop agility. In general, I need agility levels, so you're probably going to see a little bit of Seer's Village and a little bit of underwater agility just in the next episode. But now I'm out of Marks of Grace completely, and I'm actually using amylase crystals and stamina potions, so I'm going to have to focus on that a little bit more, but the agility XP won't hurt me. In fact, my overall goal right now is to be able to do the diary. The Elite Western Province diary is the one that gives you the Zulrah resurrection. I'd like to get that diary done, and that does require higher agility level is one of the things that I need. So I might as well get some more Marks of Grace, huh? But I've got other things to work on for Zulrah Grind 2, and we'll talk about it just a little bit more in the next clip. This will be the last in-game clip of the episode, though I would like to go over the total levels since I haven't checked like the high scores in a while. In a little bit, I guess. I have been working a little bit on oak logs. I would like to have higher construction for the upgraded house when I go to do Zulrah. The thing about this is to get the fully upgraded pool, I'm also going to need much higher Herblore level than I have. Not much higher, but I need higher Herblore currently. And I did make some Herblore gains on this one overall, but just because I need higher Herblore to make the pool doesn't mean I shouldn't be working on construction too. So I have been getting the logs in there, but this is only one of a few skills that I need to keep making progress on. One of them I was talking about earlier, or in the last clip I think, was agility. I definitely need to get some agility life in. Slayer still needs to happen. I haven't done some Slayer in a while, but I do need to kill the thermonuclear smoke devil to be able to get that resurrection. Basically what I'm setting up for is do all of my skilling to the point that I only need the Slayer level, and then I could get my Zulrah resurrection and grind out Zulrah if I need. So I'm going to do all that skilling stuff, mostly construction, Herblore, agility. Crafting was in there, but for right now, I might be pausing on crafting levels, but it'll be an episode or two more of some skilling stuff before I get back into a heavy Slayer grind. But right before we wrap up this episode, let's go ahead and check out the high scores table. So I've gotten the total level up to 1963, which is actually pretty close to 2k total. It's going to take a little bit of time, obviously, as total levels are starting to get a lot slower at this point, but it's really not that far from getting that 2k total level world. I didn't get insane levels in this episode, I guess. It was mostly crafting, which I'm up to 79. Herblore is up to 77. And I did get a little rune crafting in, which is my lowest level. So I guess it's worth mentioning that I'm up, I'm up to 53 rune crafting. There it is. Overall, I think the progress has been really solid in the XP and total level department. I'm a little bit more focused on getting that Elite Western Province diary done right now, because unlocking Zulrah will be pretty big for, I don't know, a large variety of things that I would like to work on. And I could fight Zulrah right now, but I'm bound to die at least once, so if I could have that resurrection and not lose my hardcore status would be kind of nice. I am going to wrap up the episode here, everybody. I really do hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry this one took so long, but the skilling life and collecting supplies and whatnot does take a little bit longer, so I figured I wanted to get all the content in this one rather than get the episode out in an early fashion and only have a little bit of collecting done. I wanted to actually get to the point that I can make staminas, and I got my Elite Diary done, which we made it. So that's good news. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.